On the StreamYard, can you see the bells and whistles, Coach?
I was hitting bells and whistles. I don't know if you can hear them coming through.
Oh, yeah.
They're not very good bells and whistles because I wasn't ready for this. I mean, we could do a.
Well, no, I didn't know if you could see the bells and whistles on the StreamYard.
I just see you stand. I see a guy standing there. I don't see any bells and whistles.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, guess what? Breaking news in rock and roll. Limp Bizkit is suing for $200 million, because they never seemed to received royalties. I guess they didn't do it all for their nookie list.
No, they did it for some money. Give that man his money.
Welcome to For Music Lovers Only, a podcast where each host makes a top 5 list of their favorite songs from this week's topic. Each week is a new topic. Tune in, I dare you. Music Lovers Only.
What up? What up? What up? I hear all the cheering and the crowd surge. And
what is going on, music lovers? How are you doing today? I'm dealing with a little sinus. Day 5 or 6, I lost count, of a sinus infection in both of my ears, so I sound really echoey.
You have a sinus infection in your ears? Do you have sinuses in your ears?
It's all kind of connected.
I don't know doctor stuff. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
I'm a music guy.
I had to break down and go to the doctor, and anybody knows me, that's pretty. I try to avoid doctors. I try to remedy, home remedies, everything I can. If I don't start feeling better, then I'll go. But usually nips it in the bud, my home remedies. JRB5 home remedies. Check them out.
That's why one of my co-hosts wasn't here tonight. He had the 6 and said he didn't sound good, so he didn't want to come over.
Yeah, Sontia better be sleeping. She said she was calling in sick and going to take the sleeping route. So she's
got the 6.
So we've got her list. I think maybe we'll draw straws or something.
I didn't know if you had a coin. I was going to see if we did like a coin flip tonight, but I'm down for whatever.
Well, I mean, who gets to read her list?
Oh, I would just say you read it. I would just say you read it because I'm not a strong reader, but that,
I might not 6 no more. That's an old joke, inside joke to the family.
Start off with her list, or did any of her list affect any of your list, or do we want to end with her list?
Oh, I mean, I had my list was pretty long, so I finalized mine after reading hers.
Yeah, none of hers affected mine. Even I'm not saying I didn't listen to any of these songs, but none of hers would have affected mine. I was kind of afraid we'd possibly step on each other's toes a little more this week than we normally do.
It's always a possibility on these kind of weeks. So tell me, do you like this better than country? John Mayer, country?
Until yesterday, no. Honestly, I probably would have rather done country, but then I really kind of finally got into the right groove of Mayer music. I had given I don't know. I went through a thing when I was trying real hard, and this is not really bitchy because I did come out more knowledgeable on the other side, but I went through about a 12 to 15 song streak where there is very little you could have done to convince me it was not the same song playing the entire fucking time. He had a album or 2 back to back where he literally made the same exact song with different words, just over and fucking over.
He definitely has a sound.
And I hit that, and then I just was over it. If I honestly almost called in sick 3 days ago because I just was struggling, if I'm honest with you. I knew 4 songs. I told you that when we did that, when I picked the John Mayer song a couple weeks ago. And then I went to so I can't say 2 days ago, I went to a party Sunday, and I learned a fact about John Mayer that changed my outlook, and then I also changed the way I searched John Mayer, and then I became so.
You tell. You saving it. You say
he's been a part of for the last 10 years that I did not know of.
A band?
Yeah. Did you know he was part of a
super group?
Yeah,
I think so. I can't remember the name.
Dead and Company. He's the new Jerry Garcia brother.
Yeah.
He is the lead singer for Grateful Dead, and he has been for 10 years. but I did not know that. And it was the weirdest thing. I was at a party and we were talking about something completely else. And this guy's like, yeah, when I went, and he's like, it's almost like John Mayer singing for Grateful Dead. And I said, yeah, that would be weird. And he goes, they do. I just seen him in concert a couple months ago or whatever. I'm like, what the hold on, rewind this, because I'm doing John Mayer. And then everything changed. I mean, and then like I said, and then I got into his more blues stuff and some of his more like soulful, finding himself not in love, in and out of breakups kind of music, and it changed.
He's kind of like the white Lenny Kravitz to me. I mean, he's got
a lot of, like I said, there was just a lot of
and it's deep. Whether you want to take it for surface value or for the depth of what he's saying. And I feel like we're supposed to not like him. I think he got canceled.
Yeah, because Taylor and all of that. But I don't care about that. Dude's a musical genius. That's not my style of music in general.
Well, I got curious, and first I looked at who he has dated: Jessica Simpson, Jennifer Love Hewitt, of course Tay-Tay, Katy Perry, Minka Kelly. Don't know who that. Jennifer Aniston. I'm like, damn.
Men canceling because of that. And then women canceled him because he broke all those hearts?
Yeah, Vanessa Carlton, Cameron Diaz, Renee Zellweger.
Oh, yeah, that voice
Kim
and that
Kardashian.
I mean, but listen, think about it. Who was the guy that in like every movie was the guy that got the dreamy girl that Hollywood taught you growing up was that guy that pulled out his guitar and sung a love song. And that guy will go up on stage without a fucking band and rock out an audience of whatever 100,000 or 50,000 or 30,000 or 12, whatever, with him sitting on a stage on a freaking thing with a guitar. There's not very many people that can do that.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine that. That list of exes, though. I mean, holy cow.
Yeah, dude, he's a smash brother for sure. Sorry, this is always weird when I felt no energy with this music. Yeah, that's why I said until you get to and that's where we'll get to it when we get to our list. But when you get to his blues stuff and like on his album Born and Raised, there's like that's some shit I can get into. It's more raspy. It's more freaking harmonica. It's more blues, like more blues, man. Him with some more music behind him, I think, is better, because when he's just playing a guitar, that's why I don't think he can sing fast or do a lot, because you're playing the best guitar in the world and you're all the music and all the singing. It's going to be slow. It's going to be we got this afternoon
and easy listening music.
Yeah,
so some deep stuff.
Yeah, no, it took me a little while, and I'm glad I did. So,
like I said, the last 2 episodes, I didn't get into him until the Chappelle Show. I didn't give him a chance. I mean, I think I've heard My Body is a Wonderland just because of the radio. I think that was his first big hit. And, I was like, yeah, this is cheesy love stuff, and I wasn't into that crap at the time. So I didn't pay him no mind. And then I seen him on the Chappelle Show and was like, all right, I'll give this guy a chance. And then I found a lot of his music appealing to me.
Okay, that's okay. And that's what this show's about. Like, I don't expect everybody to like the music I like. And again, it's not a dislike. It's just not my music. He is a top 10 musician, like talent. He's and now that I watch and I've seen him cover for some other people and watched him do some other stuff, and even like some of his live stuff, he'll just do some music that's not his. He's a freak. I mean, he's a talented guy. So do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Well, before we get into our list, do you have get the spinner handy for next week?
Okay.
At some point here, and then
yes,
like I said, you get to pick the next artist, since Sontia, I assume she hasn't officially called out the 20s, but I assume we're doing the 20s. And
I'm down. I told you, I might find some roaring 20s music that I'm down to. I like dancing. They like dancing.
I already pulled some up, and it's gonna be. I haven't heard a lot of it, but I felt, the hour or two I listened to it out working in the garage, I didn't hit skip, and it was all pretty amazing stuff.
Not a ton of, I did listen to a little bit of that just that night, but a lot of music, not a ton of, find a lot of songs that were big bands, not a ton of singing, but there is some, there's
plenty of singing. Oh, yeah. You get into the right. I mean, there was so much music then, just like now.
People like to jam. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm also watching the Royals game tonight, so get over it. I did a whole podcast watching Royals game. I could do another one.
Who's winning? Seattle? Are they playing?
No, they're not playing, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah.
Tied 2-2. Royals versus the Yankees.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah. Well, let's spin, and I guess let's just spin, and we'll do it like that.
You want to try that? You want to spin? Okay. If it lands on her, we won't, and then.
Well, no. If it lands on her, we'll do her list.
Oh, that's true.
She has given us authorization to do her list.
You missed the spin. It happened while you were looking down, but it did land on her. The live audience, to where anybody that rewatches can prove I did not cheat.
Sontia, yay! Hope you're feeling better, girl. She was not feeling this, and she took to the Facebook to find some help.
Yeah,
I read through the comments, and they were like, all my fucking songs. I'm like, no, shut up, people.
There were a couple that people suggested that were one of mine. I'm like, hey, nope, don't. I almost text her like, don't use this one.
But like I said, I had 15, 20 on the list, so no worries at all. But her number one was Heartbreak Warfare. I don't think like I said, this shit going on in my head. I haven't been able to talk right. Things are a little blurry, just a little scrambled. But Heartbreak Warfare, and this was one of my picks too, but didn't make the list. And off of the Facebook suggestions, she sent the notes, but like I said, I don't want to read all of that. Sorry. But turmoil, relationships is what it was about. Heartbreak warfare. You know, after a breakup, you get into he said, she said. And her number two was In Your Atmosphere, which I can't recall this one off the top of my head.
Sure I did listen to it today once she gave her list out because I had not heard it. And it's a good song.
She said this one was beautiful. It sounded like outer space. Nobody ever leaves. They just become a planet.
Okay.
I'll have to check it out.
Deep. That's real deep.
Mm-hmm. Number three was Clarity. This was another one, I think off of one of his newer albums that I really hadn't fanboyed out on back in the day. But she said she's liked this one since the days of old. Forgot about it. And remembered it. So that was cool. I know she struggled with it. She didn't have a lot. In the Blood, which I think is another new one, is her number 4. Reminds me of generational curses and the constant questioning of ourselves because of it. And then number 5 is Vultures. Coach disappeared. Royals must have made a touchdown. Did the Royals make a touchdown? Her number 5 was Vultures, and she thought of a conversation. I assume it's me, and I mean I can't remember the conversation off the top of my head, but how we were talking, how people are kind of like vultures, pick at you when you're down and manipulate you. So
okay,
my favorite line of that song was they're waiting outside the door, and they haven't gone this long without a kill. And you know, it's talking about the vultures, but he's being resilient against it, and he's like, get out of here. You're not gonna get to me. You're gonna die before you kill and pick my bones.
See, and I hadn't heard that one, so there was 2 on there that I even going through. Like I said, I just kind of Spotified it and just listened best of, and then kind of searched it and broke it down once I found and went to blues and did some other stuff. And because best of doesn't mean that it's his best stuff. That means that's what people like the most.
Yeah,
is what I'm starting to realize. And that's probably not the best way to search music always, but
it'll get your foot in the door at least.
Yeah, I'm with you. So yeah, good list.
Yeah, it was a good list. Good job.
Good list, sick
girl.
girl.
She does the homework. We all do the homework, and I mean, it's fun. I like it when we do the homework. I've been half dead, but still did some homework.
Okay, good list. Spin again.
That is on the line. You want to do that one? My backup list is longer.
I can't say that we won't have any that cross demand a respin. Sorry,
I think that was on the last spin, but it would probably be a.
We should have just done it that way.
I don't know what that one was for.
I don't know either.
Because we're cheaters.
I don't know if that will have a lot to cross. Hard to say. So I like I said, I struggled with it a little bit. I knew some songs of his that I like. I used one a couple weeks. Bodies of Wonderland. There's some others he had done, but I really wanted to do research. So these are all, I wouldn't say brand new to me, but 3 of them are pretty brand new to me. Yeah. Number 5, Stop This Train from Continuum.
Oh yeah.
Damn good song. Just
close.
Cool story. Good music, not as slow as all of them, and all of mine, not the whole song, but there's faster parts in them, and some of that. He does still. It's still John Mayer in this song. Don't get me wrong, but just a cool feeling to the song. So, number 4, from Room for Squares, No Such Thing. Did I sink your battleship?
Ooh, not my battleship. What's the one down from a battleship?
Oh, okay. Almost hit it. I don't know. Your rook. I don't know.
What's the next smaller size? The battleship has 4 pegs, and
that's right. I don't remember what it was. Your destroyer or something. I don't remember. No,
it's not that one. Damn.
So sorry if I took one, but that is a good song. It's awesome feeling. It's a good, just a cool song. And that's one I actually knew. That was not a new one to me. That's one that would have kind of made the list if I just had to pick one without researching.
Yeah, and it's that opening line for me, welcome to the real world, she says to me condescendingly.
Yep.
Take a seat and welcome to your life. It's like, yep, you're gonna have to work 8 hours a day and slave away. And
well, this is one that, since you like him so much, we probably should have compared notes, because I could have took that off, because I have another one. That was a kind of a late ad, because I have, anyways. My number 3. You have plenty. Yeah, I know you can't sink your battleship. Number 3, off of Born and Raised, and there's 2 freaking songs on this album called the same song, except one of them they just put reprised on, or repraised or reprised, and it's only 2 minutes and 1 second, and it's got so much freaking harmonica, and this is how we were born and raised, and it's like a bar song almost. It's faster. It's the complete opposite of the actual song Born and Raised on that. I mean, but it's
like 2 versions of it on there.
Yes, and like one's 4 minutes and 33 seconds or something, 38, and the other's 2:01, and the song is as fast as it is short. Does that make sense? Like for a John Mayer song, it's got some, it
doesn't get boring.
Yeah,
You can just say it.
And there's more. Well, yeah, but there's more. I don't know. In this, it sounds like more people singing than just him in here. It's like it's a group little part where they're doing, this is where we were born and raised. So, anyways,
they were probably partying in the studio, and
that's what I said. It's kind of one of those things.
They're like, we'll call it Repraised, and it's number 13 on the album.
That's what I said. It just seems like there was some music going, and then they started singing over, and it's like, oh shit, did this just end up being the best song on the fucking album? Maybe. Yeah. So to me, it was. That was my number 3. My number 2, Slow Dancing in a Burning Room from Continuum. And Jesus Christ is basically just talking about everything burning down around you, and you're still just focused on what you're focused on. And I mean, like it just, slow dancing in a burning room. I mean, it's an awesome line. It's kind of how I feel sometimes. Sometimes I feel like I'm sprinting in a burning room, but nothing to do with the fire. Nothing to do with, well, yeah, but nothing to do with the fire going on. I'm just living my life in a sprint while there happens to be a fire going on around me, So, and I took a song off, which will be on my, my almost made the list, but that was a Dead & Co. But my number 1 is a Dead & Co. song, and I haven't got to use many songs with my name in it, but I am on this one. It's Casey Jones, and this freaking version, the Grateful Dead version, is cool. This version, it might be, there's probably 2 or 3 songs, even Athena with him on there, he fucking nails it.
Yeah.
But sorry if I just took a song. God damn it. I don't do that usually. But
the one from earlier.
But Casey Jones, man, he gets it in that one, man. High.
It's always my favorite Dead song. I mean,
yeah, that is my favorite one. But like I said, just the way he does it, it's freaking awesome. And they did like a thing where they talked about them performing together early on, and the guys in the band didn't really like the way he did the song. And then they like while they were doing it live, and then they listened back and said, "Don't change the way you're doing it. Don't." And, and that's when they said, "Stop trying to be Jerry Garcia. We don't." First they wanted him like because he could replicate some of the stuff, but we don't. The music's the same but different with you doing it. It's all So some of the songs aren't the same. I'm not a Deadhead by no means. Far from a Deadhead.
No, yeah.
I listen to more Grateful Dead because of John Mayer than I might have ever listened to Grateful Dead, if I'm 100% honest with you. And that's a horrible thing, but that's the truth. So
Grateful Dead's not going to be your next month's artist?
I don't think so, but it might be worth exploring. But no, I did enough exploring that I know I would. I could come up with 5. Don't get me wrong, but no, not a Deadhead.
Pretty good catalog. Like Mayer had 12 studio albums, and I think 10 live albums, which I didn't even listen to the live albums.
And then that doesn't even include the stuff he did with other people. And,
he did.
And I didn't even get into that. I didn't do, other than the Dead and Company, I didn't get into any of his collab stuff. I mean, some of his coolest shit that he did doesn't even have singing. He did some stuff with some people. I kept, oh man, this got to be a good song, and then it was just freaking acoustic. I'm like, okay.
I think his latest release was a Zach Bryan song, and I'm not too familiar with Zach Bryan, but I listened to it, and it's just, I assume him playing guitar and then doing some backup vocals through like
Zach Bryan singing
chorus.
Okay.
So, it was a good song, but it wasn't good enough to make my list.
Probably won't listen to it because it's country.
Yeah, it was very unimpressionable. I can't even remember the song. I just, wasn't, just.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're at 22 minutes, so we'll spend. Miraculous.
The song that you were talking about was Better Days, by the way.
Yes. My number 5, which I figured would have been on Sontia's list, because I think it was mentioned about 100 times on her post.
Yeah.
But My Stupid Mouth.
Yep, I knew that was going to be on there.
Yeah, but that just sums me up to a T. I always say something dumb to ruin shit, and that's just the way it goes.
What do they call that? Like foot in the mouth, or
yeah. Always got the foot in the mouth. Eating crow. I think that's another term for it.
Never been a fan of the taste, but I've ate quite a bit of it in my life.
Yeah. Salt, pepper, it doesn't help.
Well, eating crow is usually when you've done something wrong and then you admit to it, I believe, is eating crow. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, maybe.
So,
but I think it's still, you say something stupid. I think that's maybe. But
if
we're not here for that. The internet, correct us. Let us know right now. What does eating crow mean?
Just vote for Casey if mine's right. Vote for Josh if Josh is right, and we'll just do it that way.
There you go.
And then later we'll phone a friend.
I can't remember. I didn't write albums on all these things. I can't remember In Repair, but I think it was Continuum. I think Continuum had, that was an album I could listen through all the way through almost.
That was a good one.
But, it's trying to rebuild. We're always, as men, we can't talk about our mental health very, very openly. We have to just, swallow it and grin and bear. But it does always seem like in repair, constant repair. You get a few moments where, hey, shit seems good for a minute, and then it's like, oh crap, So
I think we're always kind of recovering. It's just, yeah, you're right.
Recovering, from something. But number 3 was Assassins, and he's being his man whore self. And like I said, I am not a man whore, contrary to whatever some people are probably spreading about me. I wish I could be. Not. I
feel like you want to be. So you're okay with people spread the rumors. You would just wish the rumors were more true.
No, I really don't want to be, but
I'm joking.
Went to the doctor. Going to derail for a moment. Went to the doctor this morning, second time, and I'm just like,
ever, or just over this sickness.
Over this sickness, I went one day and I came back because it wasn't any relief. And I'm like, nuke them, give me everything you got. They gave me antibiotics Monday. And then they gave me like eardrops and nose sprays, steroids. And then I got a steroid shot in the ass. And gal's like showing me how she wants me to be. And I'm just like, oh my God, there's no way I'm going to be able to not make this inappropriate. So, and I'm like thinking, yeah, this is the most action I got. I'm sorry, honey. I'm counting it. My ass was out. You were rubbing it, and then you stuck it.
That
counts.
That counts if you're in a weird shit, bud. If she ribs it, and then whatever. I guess if you're lonely, you're lonely. I don't care.
Yeah. Anyways, but this is a song about hounding around and just playing the field and realizing who he's chasing is also doing the same thing, and they're both assassins.
Okay.
And
I didn't get that out of it exactly, but I only listened to probably about a minute and a half of that song. I'm not saying it was a bad song. I just was in the kind of trying to find the song that felt right to me mode at that time.
All right, hold on. We'll get back to that. Number 2, which was not the Destroyer, I think the Destroyer probably. Number 2 was Shadow Days, and this was off Born and Raised, and that one was the first album that I bought that came out after I had fanboyed out and got all, went back and listened to all of his other catalog. And like I say, Continuum is definitely my favorite. Room for Squares is a second. I can't think of.
I think Born and Raised is probably like one of his most blues ones, and that's
Battlefield, I think, is the name of the album, but that's the next one, and then Born and Raised would be there. But he did have one that came out in 2021 that I found, and this one made my number 1. Shouldn't matter, but it does, and that's what the song is about. I mean, it's like, yeah, I'm trying. I shouldn't be thinking about whatever's haunting me, and it's there in the subconscious, and it matters. But the album is sob rock, and I can't think of a better description of John Mayer's music than sob rock.
Yeah,
and he nailed it.
I wonder if he did that as like, if that's what people like as a more of a joke, like, because that's one thing I do like about him. And like you said, the Chappelle stuff, I've seen him on a bunch of other stuff. He's fine to make fun of himself. Yeah. He goes off with it, but he was like that guy. I remember he was one of my favorite. They read the bad shit people write about him, like bad tweets about you, and people read them live. And dude, his were great. It's like some of his he read. One of them was something inappropriate, but to do to yourself while you're sad crying and sad man pleasuring yourself or whatever. And the way he read it, he's like, well, it's kind of true. And he's like, that's actually how I wrote, and he named some song. And but like, it's just that kind of shit's like, okay, maybe the dude's not a douche. And that's like when you start, okay, he's actually a pretty cool dude. And then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, he's on Grateful Dead. It's got to be. I mean, even if you're not a deadhead, I mean, that's still kind of cool. So.
Well, he does have a lot of sad music, so
goddamn a lot.
That's right in my vein there. I mean, you're tugging at the old heartstrings with me.
I wish I can't convert you. I don't want to convert you. That's not what this show's about. This show is to open your mind up and let you know that happy music's okay too. That's the only reason I'm doing the show.
I don't have anything against happy music. I'm just drawn to the darkness. Hello, darkness, my old friend. The original version, not Disturbed.
They did an okay one. That's actually that's an okay song. Come on, man.
They're on my Nickelback list. They
were one of those that were fun when they were fun, like Saliva, like a bunch of them that quickly, even Drowning Pool, a bunch of them that just were overplayed, went too fast, and didn't figure out their music. They got big before they got good.
All right, we got a question from Jana. Do you think that John's style is a cross between Bruce Springsteen and John Mellencamp?
Besides he's way quieter and slower, I'd almost throw in like a modern Kenny G. I don't know how to describe it, how you would describe him in our era, but I could see that as far as the sex appeal thing, even both of those guys were, even when they had bands behind them, were the star their show. I mean, Elvis always had a band, but do you ever hear about, not always, but do you ever hear about Elvis's band? I mean, you do, but not really, you know, and
couldn't name one.
yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, so it's like, it was one of those things. I could see that, but definitely, like, to me, both of those guys' music were way more upbeat. They had plenty of that kind of stuff, but
I definitely think lyrically, I mean, because he's a lyricist, definitely. I mean, he can play that guitar.
I think that's what he's better
He
at.
can play it. He can. I think I've seen him, you know, wail out some Jimmy, and he can play that. So don't get that twisted. I mean,
no, I think he's maybe a better guitarist than he is a singer.
I mean, singing wise, but I mean, I like his lyrics. You know, I mean, not even the way he's singing, the you know the way he
words. Okay, I'm with you.
Weaves words together. You know, I mean, that's what always draws. Lyrics always are top of the list on me. I mean, you can have crappy music, but if the lyrics speak to me, then I'm there.
And see, I'm the opposite. Like, you can have crappy lyrics, and if the fucking music's there and I'm excited about it, then so. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like, but I don't. So, some of my favorite songs are
important to you. I mean, there's what you got the music. So, I mean, that's, yeah.
Yeah. I like to feel good, man.
I like to feel good.
And if I sometimes listen too deep into even some of my favorite songs, this show's made me really listen to music when I used to just hear music. And when you really listen to some, even like what song, like we could do, that's one of the topics I want to do, like songs that sound bright with a dark meaning, or, you know, something along those lines. Cause there's a bunch of them out there. You're like, oh yeah. Shit.
I'm pretty sure we did that, didn't we?
I don't think maybe
it may have been old.
When we start getting up to this many shows, we are eventually going to.
Oh yeah, we'll do it again. I'm not saying, yeah, we'll definitely do it again.
We're going to do 1973 again, because I've got a whole nother list already ready on that one. And horn song.
Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it for the first. Like I said, I've kind of got the schedule. I mean, not the categories, but of kind of the subcategories of the schedule. Maybe that'd be a good way. You got your year spinner up?
I don't right now. Do you want to? I can get it up real easy. I mean,
that. I say 50s. Do you want to leave 50s in a decade category, or do you want to?
Well, if we're going to go do her thing, I say we go 50s, or I'm fine with 60s forward or 50s forward. I mean, it don't matter to me. Let's tell me.
Let's do 60s forward for this spin.
That way we can do 20s through 50s in the, you know,
we're just picking decade. I mean, I guess we could do a spinner for the decade, but I'm pretty sure we're doing 20s this one. So
you want me to do it between two? I'll give us two choices. That way, in case the same year comes up that we've done, we can. God dang it! I wish I would have went with that one. This is kind of a weird one. I don't know if I want to do this, but our 2 years that we've been given to choose from. Don't go this way.
16 and 96.
I'd probably rather go 96 personally. Do you want me to tell you the year that I accidentally did when I did the single generator, and we can make this a pick 3? Because 1964 came up, and
64,
96, or 16.
Okay.
We can do. You want to do? I was gonna say, do you want to put a poll up on Facebook, buddy?
Yeah, we'll put a poll up on Facebook. See what two
people vote. I did a random single year generator just now to see what happened, and 16 came up again. So I don't know if that's a sign that we are supposed to do 16, but we'll see.
We will see. Let me write them down before I forget.
1964, 1996, and 2016.
I wrote 99. I'm not dyslexic at all.
Yep. Not 64, 96, and 16.
69, 69, 69. Oh.
And Sontia, if you're just tuning in, it's not the year 16. Don't get excited. It's 2016. Not the 100-year fucking before that's going to excite you.
I couldn't hit mute fast enough. That one came up on me. Holy shit.
I laughed a cough out of you.
You did. What's up, Stevie V?
What's up, dog?
Bicycle, right? Did I say it right, Coach?
3-Wheel Bicycle Podcast out of Casper, Wyoming. That's Stevie Vanderhayden, Stevie V. the V-Man, V Gadget. I don't know. I made up 2 of those. 2 of them are real. 2 of them are made up by me on the spot.
We'll do another poll. Y'all can figure it out. He's an artist, a podcast host,
an entrepreneur. He's a promoter extravagantineer. I don't know. I mean, he promotes everything and anything he likes, people he meets that are good. He's talked about a dude he just met on the street and promoted, like, go meet Rick. Rick is freaking awesome. I met Rick at the work today. If you see Rick Johnson walking around in Casper, stop and talk to him. Rick's a good, I mean, I want to meet Rick now because one of his podcasts. No,
road trip.
Not really Rick, but you know.
Kevin's vote is 64, I guess. Best of all the years.
I would say that one excited me when it came up, but 96 I think would be fun because, like, for me, I haven't done like a lot of rap for a while, and I think like 96 would be heavy into some gangsta rap for me.
Like I said, I think 16 would probably be pretty brutal, rough to try to figure.
I think I'm surprised every single year that we do it, but yes, I think that would be one of those shows where I go find, just random, but like with a lot of my music, I think I would find plenty of stuff because of the alternative scene. A lot of good music for me has been made in the last still 10 years. That's the one good thing for the type of music I like. From 90 to today, I have a pretty damn good assortment of even new music. There's not very much new music I give a shit about, but I'm finding new stuff every day with the Common Kings and all these people that I'm finding because of the damn horn songs. And because I listen to on Spotify, not a shameless plug, and they're not paying me for it, but Talking Heads Radio. And if you're like, when we did the reggae stuff and all the island music and the Sublimes, and it's just all that kind of stuff. And that's my jam. I mean, there's just even their sad music is still an upbeat and good music and talking about smoking and drinking. And that's how they recover from a heartbreak. And, so.
They've definitely had a resurgent with the rap reggae and just the reggae itself.
Yeah,
especially once all the Marleys hit the scene and started doing their own thing. That's
my wife
fun.
will listen to a bunch of this stuff. That's just like I've never I don't know what this is, but it's like just fun to listen to.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, 16. I was a decade of still listening to music from the last 50 years. I wasn't looking for new music then. I mean, I was fresh out of the band, I believe. Well, no.
I'm just doing a quick search of a lot of Justin Bieber, Drake, Rihanna, Bethel, Flow Ride. Oh, there was some Flow Ride in 2016, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
Pink.
I never got into the Biebs music, but after
I didn't. There was a couple of songs. He had some good songs. I'm the same.
They're
Fitty
catchy.
Wap, Selena Gomez. There's some, we'd come up with a list just like every year. Like if we do 2016, I'll come up with a list. I mean, Coldplay had an album that year. Beyonce, we'd come up. Chris Brown, I don't like him, but he had an album out. Tim McGraw had some songs. Wiz Khalifa, One Direction. We'd come up with music no matter what year we do. So,
yeah, I don't remember when Dodge City was. I was managing the band, wasn't in the band. Like I said it, but I like taking the years and doing like kind of a time capsule and trying to remember. It's all fuzzy, but trying to remember what the hell was going on in my life.
It does that to me. I think you can do that with music. I think even just hearing a song now, certain songs put me back to a place, Yeah,
and it doesn't even have to be songs you like. Like, I mean, stuff they oversaturated on the radio that you just kind of got subjected to just because you were too lazy to change the station.
That you could still sing every word of, but say you don't like the song.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a lot of I say about Nickelback, and I'm starting to realize maybe I do kind of like them. Sontia, you didn't hear that. Or you're converting me.
I love them.
Or you're converting me. Ace of Base in 1996. Notorious B.I.G., Sheryl Crow, Hootie, LL Cool J. It'd be okay. Either Smashing Pumpkins, Collective Soul, Monica.
I think 64. I can't think of anything off my head, but I'm sure chocked full of nuggets. But 64 and 96 would probably be the easiest. 16 would probably. I mean,
yeah, 64. We got Beatles. We got
yeah,
the Supremes. We got
that's
Four
early Beatles, Love,
Seasons.
Love Me Do, and all that jazz.
Oh yeah, we got the Animals. A lot of Beatles. This would pretty much just be Beatles. No.
Speaking of, thanks for reminding me. Happy birthday, John Lennon. John Lennon's birthday today. He was born in 1940, so that would have made him 50, 75, 74. My math is right. Check me on the internet, fools. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell
I'll
me
be honest with
no
you.
one cares.
16 almost, just quick look at the list. I'm almost more intrigued by 16 than 64. But that's only because we've already done Beatles.
Vietnam was 64. Vietnam.
I'm not saying the 60s did not have fucking awesome music, so please don't. And once we get into that, I just went through the top 100 of 64, and it wasn't what I would have expected. I bet if 65 and 63 would blow my mind. It's just like we did 73 and 78. I might be disappointed by 77 because I don't know if 78 can be outdone and 73 cannot be. So.
Yeah.
All right. Night. Sorry I talked too much. I had energy drink while we were doing the show.
Double dipping again. Had a middle of the road podcast.
Yeah, it was a weird one, man. I did the whole episode as Shane Gillis, and then I was trying to do Trump as Shane Gillis. I wasn't doing Trump as Trump. I was trying to do Shane Gillis's Trump. So that was where, if you didn't know,
I have no idea who neither one of those people are.
Shane Gillis is a comedian. He's pretty funny. Trump's a person. He's running our country. One of the two, depends on which side you're on.
Who you ask? What channel you listen to? What station you listen to?
Shane Gillis. That's why I've been doing this mic thing. He has this thing, and now all the comedians are starting to do it. They're holding the mic down real low at the bottom.
Yeah,
comfortable talking. So if you notice, you watch a lot of any comedians anymore, up and coming,
lounging and.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're lounging. They got the mic down low. They're just kind of chilling. It's just, it is what it is. It's like Kill Tony. It's all those things are spilling into. But yeah, but Gillis does a wonderful Trump, and it's just hilarious. And it's not even a making fun of Trump one. It's most like Trump fans love Gillis's Trump. So
yeah. All right, so we will figure out what we're doing next year.
Next week. 16, 96 or 64. I'm in for every year, any year. Not 2016 or not 1916 Sontia. Again, if you're just tuning in, 2016. Sorry, I don't want to throw you off again.
Yeah.
And if you are tuning in, you shouldn't be, because you're supposed to be asleep when you listen back to this. Hopefully these little jokes make you laugh and smile and feel better.
So we'll get the polls going on that. We will. We're gonna do. Like I said, I'm calling that we're doing the 20s. She hasn't officially said it, but I'm already prepared.
We'll let her decide. That's her week to pick. She gets to pick from 50s to 20s. We'll even let her just pick a random. If she wants to go 2010s, she can have it. We'll let her. That's her week.
She can have it. Yeah. But you got the next artist, so that will be 1 month from now.
You're going to be surprised by my
4 weeks.
You're going to be very surprised by my pick.
And then maybe we'll do the for our vague one, we'll do the songs that sound happy but aren't dark lyrics, or vice versa. Maybe
happy sad songs.
I don't know how we named it before, but we'll go back and
dark with a smile.
Thank you.
All right, girl.
We're gonna get off of here. I'm on frame mode. I've been framing paintings. I haven't been painting. I've been framing them. So I'm going to get back to that. Thanks, everybody.
I've just been framing people. So
framing people.